Musical Conversations on Pause Midwood Community Radio, PMCR Charlotte.
My sponsor for Musical Conversations is Bluebird Beauty Bar, and this is what I came up with for them. Musical Conversations on Plaza Midwood Community Radio is made possible by the Bluebird Beauty Bar. Polly Hall and Kaya Stowers are committed to meeting the needs and expectations of each client, offering cuts and colors, chemical waves, and everything from facial waxing to makeup and updos for bridal parties and proms. 408 Beaumont Avenue in Charlotte. BluebirdBeautyBar.com. Don't forget to tell them that you are also a musical conversationalist. And so don't forget to tell them you're a musical conversationalist, because that's the way they realize that, hey, this works. So go see Polly and Kaya and say hello at least. Okay, it's cool. This is Stan. It's Musical Conversations. Welcome, guys. How many do I have in here? Wow. 5. And then me, I'm 6. And here we go. And who are you people?
I'm Johnny Moss.
Hey, Johnny. You've been in here before.
Yes, I have.
And you're with?
Well, they
No, bands
They're
and
grown
stuff.
men.
What do you do? Well, they're grown. We'll get to them. I'm talking to you. I'm asking you who you are. I know who they
Introduce
are.
themselves.
Well, these people.
I do vocals for
Vocals.
Turd Cutter and DSR.
Turd Cutter. Turd Cutter's the new one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We'll get to that.
It's not really vocals.
It's not a vocals. It's just cutting turds.
It never happened.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fun. It's fun.
I look forward to hearing some.
Dad beat.
It's what?
Dad beat. D beat, but with dads. Dad beat. New concept.
Dad beat. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. I'm sure at some point, maybe.
It's really not. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. Next.
Tyler Dead End with All Rise. I play guitar and try singing.
Try singing.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't work out too well.
And you are dressed for radio, by the way.
Yes.
We'll describe that later. Or have you described yourself there? Anyway, go on.
I'm Brandon. I'm with the Seduction. I play
Seduction.
guitar.
I'm Daniel. I play guitar and sing in the Seduction.
Okay.
Here
Here goes.
I'm Satan Party, and I am the guitarist in Dr. Cirkustein, play bass in Bass of Bass, guitarist in Turd Cutter, guitarist in Red Jesse and the Deadmen, and I'm also in a nice little project called Pants and Levi.
Awesome.
Not going to mention Cheeseface?
Oh, you
I'm not in that band anymore.
Oh, you're not? I thought you still were. I'm
Were.
sorry.
Well, I'm not
I
even
can't
sure
keep up, dude.
I'm
You're
not
like a
even
million
certain if
bands.
it's still a band. I hope he's listening, because maybe he'll text me and he'll maybe text me and let me know that we still are. I have no idea at this point.
Well, welcome to Musical Conversations. I don't even know where to begin on this, other than DSR. Let's go.
Let's
to
not
DSR.
start there.
Well, let's
Oh
not
my
start
God.
there. No. It's your first
So
one.
we're doing an album with Brandon.
Okay.
So we thought we'd do this to drop a few new songs.
Yeah.
You know. So, and I didn't really want to do it alone because my band's really lazy.
Yeah.
If you're listening, you're lazy. So I brought my friends in other bands. So
Okay. And other bands. Well, you don't want to start at DSR? Who wants to start then? Pick somebody. You should have decided this beforehand.
I some bands that I'm in.
I don't have any Bass of Bass. Does Bass of
Did you
Bass
really
have
forget a
anything?
band?
And
I totally did.
what band did you forget?
I play guitar in another band called Expatriates.
get closer to the mic.
Play guitar in another band called Expatriates. So we're haven't started playing shows yet,
But the rest of them left the country. No, I don't know. Just had to make sense. Expatriates. Yeah. That's about it. There's no more to that joke. There really isn't any farther you can go with it.
I'm sorry to the listeners.
Nah. They're used to it now.
Yeah, right.
These are probably my regulars listening. I do have a good core group of regular listeners in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, Middleburg Heights, Ohio, and then a suburb of Seattle, Washington, Olympia, and a suburb of New Orleans in Gonzales. I think great music locations, Cleveland, rock and roll capital of the world. I mean, Seattle, come on, and then New Orleans, And what I'm proud to say is that they are all kind of envious of the music scene here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's awesome.
That's my fault, because I play the music, and they're like, that's a good band. It has often.
It's definitely an overlooked city as far as
wow.
the national scope goes.
Yeah, and it's like national touring bands will hit. They may hit Richmond and then Atlanta, or if they're going to come into the state at all, they'll hit Raleigh. And
Which
then,
makes no sense to me at all.
Right.
No disrespect towards anybody listening from Raleigh, but
yeah,
this is the bigger scene here.
Yeah,
I hate to
very
use the
much
word
so.
scene, but there's
well,
more
it's as
people
much
support,
The shirt I'm wearing is Guns N' Roses at the Bilo Center in Greenville, South Carolina. You know, not even here. But
That's weird.
it was a good show. It was Halloween.
People will drive stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can't get them to drive in Charlotte from like the next town over though. It
You
doesn't
can't
make-
get them straight from one neighborhood in Charlotte to the next.
No, fuck,
can't-
nailed it, dude.
You
Fucking
can't get them
nailed
to go
it.
from Plaza Midwood to Noda.
Most of them are riding bikes, so
Yeah.
yeah, that problem.
No, it really disturbs me that people, you know, they're in Plaza Midwood yet won't drive out to Tommy's, which is technically still in Plaza Midwood area.
It's too far. You
I live
can't.
behind
far.
Tommy.
It's not good. I mean, it's well.
I really love Tommy's, but I never go. It's sad.
Have you played there?
Multiple times.
Okay, then. It's a good place, though. It's nice, and I like that they're welcoming anybody, and you know,
Yingling on tap. That's the best
Yingling on
part
tap.
about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
Really? Yingling on
If they
tap.
had anything on tap.
Yeah, Yingling. That's it. Wow.
That's just the one beer.
That's the one beer on tap.
If you're gonna do it right, I guess. Right?
Right.
Well, you know,
They're considering moving it. I don't know how much details I can get into with that.
yeah,
but
yeah, I understand.
yeah.
The Rue.
They didn't renew their lease, so
My question
they're
on
wrong.
that, not renewing their lease. I don't want that one. I want that.
yeah, we could get into some talk on that.
just since we're there at it, the Rue, they're not the owner of the building is not renewing the lease. Is it because of all the stupid construction that's going on? Is that
No, I think
are they
that's
gonna
I
take
think
it
that's
over?
not. I think that's the rumor, but I think the my personal theory is the bar that's upstairs doesn't care for it much because he actually made an announcement, and this is public knowledge.
Okay.
Made an announcement from the stage that like, you know, he was happy they were not getting their lease renewed, which I thought was fucked up
That's-
as shit.
um,
I'm not trying to
isn't
start
that
like
isn't that
rumors or
Upwine
problems, but
that place up there isn't that like Upwine or something? Or
they have like plays and comedian. I mean, it's like everything. Yeah, they do a little bit of everything.
wasn't Wine Up?
Upstage?
I thought it was something else. Wasn't there a Wine Up there?
There was
Or
something there
like
previous to that, but
previously. I mean, it's my observation is it's changed hands. It's
It's
doesn't know what it wants to be, and yeah, I'm sure
I
they're
went
happy
there one
that-
time.
I remember there was always issues where they would be having theatrical performances upstairs above the Rue, and they wouldn't be able to end until like 9:30, 10:30. But then the Rue had a show booked that they wanted to try and start at like 9 or 10, and so then they couldn't even sound check until theatrical performance upstairs was done. So it wasn't where anybody was mad at anybody. It was just their schedulings were bleeding over onto one another. And you know, of course, theatrical performance isn't gonna mess up anybody's sound checking. But somebody roars in with their full stack bass rig in the Rue. Next thing you know, you can't hear what's going on with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind upstairs.
right.
You got a
Well,
DV
and
band
the-
downstairs. I put Warface in there, and they were shaking the fucking foundations of the place, and the people were literally piling out of that bar from upstairs. I was like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Then you're not going to ever have anything because it's a bar. It's designed as a bar.
Yeah.
Unless you gut the place completely.
Yeah.
Downstairs, and then what are you going to turn it into?
They're talking, from what
An
I
art
understand,
gallery.
another bar. Just
Another
a
bar.
Fucking straight up Noda bar, like all the others, you know. Which I'm not hating. I bar jump like hell through there.
Yeah.
But I hate to see the Rugo, and there is talk though of actually moving it over to the Plaza area.
Okay.
Which, you know,
That would be
are in
kinda
between
cool.
Noda and Plaza. They've been looking at a few builds. The owners, the guy who owns the bar is definitely interested.
The Rue looks like they will be moving. Hopefully, that's
That's the
something-
hope, you know.
That's the hope.
You know, so I know Scott's definitely interested in doing it. I know the owner of the place is definitely interested in doing it. And then, you know, we have had limited conversations. I'm
Yeah.
pretty busy. I don't get a chance to go by there much, except for when I'm doing a show. But the general consensus is that everyone's definitely interested in relocating. So
I was just there Friday. That looks totally different. Freaked me out.
Yeah,
No
he
dreads.
shaved his dreads
Shaved his
off.
dreads.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. Wow. Who the hell? Oh, wow.
yeah, I can't grow hair, so I can't empathize with these people at all.
You look like you're pulling it through.
Yeah, right. I'm
Anyway.
pulling it through the bottom of my chin.
Just yeah. So let's play some music. Where do we start? Limited on who I have, so I am going to target Dirty South Revolutionaries because
You wouldn't be the first, right?
yeah. And you brought something new. What do we have?
It depends on which one you're playing. I can't see your computer, Dad.
I understand this. Is that the? Hey, I've got two songs. I've got the intro and The World Doesn't Want the Truth.
Oh, you should play the intro.
So let's play the intro.
There's no guitars in this. I just made this drunk on my computer. It's awesome.
Fun. And then The World Doesn't Want the Truth is what came through. I don't know what happened to track number 2. we're going to play these too. Because an intro has to have something to introduce, so it's
a perfect song to introduce, and we should probably keep it like that. I didn't even think of that. He just might have made it, put it together.
Intro, and the world doesn't... Hey, in other words, I'm determining your album order?
Yeah, you just did it, dude.
Rock on.
There you go,
Rock on. I've changed reality. All right, you did this on your computer, huh?
Yeah, I was drunk.
Okay, cool. Four.
What mankind must know is that human beings cannot live without Mother Earth, but the planet can live without mankind. Deserves extinction.
I got a homemade pipe bomb, chock full of nails. Gonna take down the government.
You know what? You just take down everything you want. I can't change you.
Gonna make my voice heard. Get the old flag back. Ultra conservative zealotry.
You can't handle the truth.
Uh-huh. Okay. The world really doesn't want the truth. And is any of that intelligible? What are you saying? What do you say?
I just say that over and over. That's all I say.
That's all.
The world doesn't want truth, it prefers lies. I just say that over and over. I take a time and write the best lyrics.
Those are.
Know.
Yeah, and then
so I figured the sense was good enough.
It is a good sentence. The world doesn't want the truth.
Prefers lies.
Prefers lies. Okay.
But yeah, we want to do a more aggressive song, so we did that because a lot of we released Fukushima and it was like kind of more pop oriented.
Uh-huh.
So we wanted everybody to think we were going in a pop direction, so we could drop that and be like, no, we're not. We just like to fuck with you and troll anyone who actually cares, which no one does. But I mean, if someone did, they'd be there.
It'd be there. Okay.
But when you say pop, you do mean like the theme song for like a trauma film, though, right? Because that's kind of what I got from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Fukushima?
I didn't get that at all, but that's awesome. You got that from it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very quirky, I guess. Maybe it's just because I've listened to a lot of your music.
Says it sounds like Kings of Leon. I was like, it does not sound like Kings of Leon, dude. But he likes it. He says,
what kind of drugs does he do again?
I think he does sobriety these days.
Wow, that's a heavy drug.
Yeah, heaviest.
That'll change your life every time. This is Stan's Music Conversations with a crowd of people in here.
I got to know more about this outfit.
Yeah, dude.
It seems to be a recent change for you.
What what's going on? You came in. You get this. Is it red? It's beyond red. It's an orangey.
That's
hair.
hot pink.
That's hot. That's hot pink.
Did you say on bottom sunrise?
And this leopard skin corset kind of thing. And
oh, dude. They pulled his dress up. It's not good. It's not good down there.
Things are bad.
It's fascinating. And then,
No, I'm so envious, man.
I don't know, man. I'm
You're
kind
wearing
of getting
Chuck
turned
Taylors.
on. You might want to pass me a beer, Dad.
Father, Dad. Here.
Can you explain that you're calling each other Dad?
I don't know. It just kind of happened.
It just kind of happened.
The moment we're able to explain it, we'll probably stop doing it.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
It seemed like a weird thing to do.
yeah,
And in the crowd, it totally weirds people out.
of course.
But now that we've talked about it, we can't do it anymore. We have to figure out something else. I know you give me the look like I done fucked
Just
up.
did. You're the one who brought it up first.
It's okay, Mom.
Poor girl in New York. Yeah, the girl in New York always think about that. You had the bottle of urine hang out the van window.
You need a microphone.
Oh yeah. So Johnny had the bottle of urine hanging out the window that he just got done filling up. And there's this poor girl waiting for the crosswalk to change, and we're sitting there and we're getting ready to leave New York City after driving through hell for the last 3 hours and cussing a bunch of
Jersey.
Yankees. Yes, and
Right?
yeah, pretty well. We were in New Jersey, and then we went to New York City, and there's this
part.
poor little girl standing on the street corner, and Moss has got this 16-ounce water bottle full of urine. It's as yellow as it can be. And he looks over at this girl. She just glances over and catches eyes with him, and he goes, "Hello, father." And the look on this poor girl's face as we're driving off was worth the whole terrible weather, shitty people, expensive tolls. It was totally worth it. It was
Those
awesome.
tolls were so expensive.
They were so expensive. We paid, just for anybody that's listening, that the roads sucked, and they say that like the tolls apparently pay for their awesome roads.
No, they pay for the bridge.
Yeah, we paid
Bridges.
$28 to go under the Hudson, and
Under?
Yeah, under. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just,
Holland Tunnel or the
that's what it was. It was ridiculous. I don't know. I guess Southern born and Southern I shall remain. I don't know. I've always wanted to head there. And,
Yeah, well, it's scary.
I will go back.
Yeah.
In spring or no, it's cool. It's cool.
I don't think anybody up there is listening.
No,
to there, by the way.
It's going on YouTube eventually.
Yeah, we had a good time though. It was awesome. We had a great time. It was awesome. I don't know.
Did you get to play?
Yeah, we played. We played badly and super drunk.
Fair.
To a few people every night, and partied even harder every night afterwards.
Just on street
Yes.
corners.
Snowpocalypse 2014 tour.
We toured the Blizzard week. We were on tour the entire week, and that was it.
That was it.
Just
Yeah.
that week. There's a blizzard and you're touring.
I specifically
Then when
remember
the blizzard stopped, we came home.
I specifically
It's a
remember
good way to
the
time your tours. Hey, there's a blizzard. We got a tour.
Their fault they missed it.
the Greek folks of Claremont, New Jersey. I'll never forget the pictures of the like 6-foot piles of snow where they pushed all the snow, and they took shovels and dug out the parking meters so that people could still pay to park in front of the snowbanks. So it was awesome.
We walked in the club though, like it was during the middle of a blizzard. So
Yeah,
This was a DSR.
this was DSR and the Seduction. We
And
went out
Seduction
together, and
Okay.
we walked in the club and they had a homeless like resident that stayed there, watched the place during the day, because it's like high crime or whatever. I don't know what the reason was.
And
But
where was this?
this was Claremont, New Jersey,
Claremont, New
like
Jersey.
20 minutes
Okay.
from Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we walk in, and the whole club, it's like 3 or 4 homeless people in there. I can't remember how many it was, and they were just like smoking crack straight up. It's like burning plastic in the place, and they're talking to us strange and not opening the door, and it was crazy. And they're like, "Stage your shit left," and they're just like yelling at us, and we're like. I was a little afraid. I was like, "What the fuck is happening to me right now?" And then I called up the promoter. He's like, "No, dude, that's just a homeless guy. He's got his friends in there, and they had their shoes off in front of like the heater, and it smelled like turds." It was.
Is this the inspiration for Turd Cutter?
Yeah, that's where I came up with the name. I saw a homeless person crapping in Claremont, New Jersey. I was like, "Genius strikes. It's got some turds, Dad."
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to go off on that tangent.
That's good.
Yeah, all right.
I can edit also. And,
Thank God.
no, it's internet radio. You can say whatever you want, but that's why we had 6 listeners and now down to 4. Anyway,
You're welcome.
no. Actually, it's we're up at peak. We were at 7 and now it's down to 6. I have to keep hitting F5 to refresh.
Time to get on Facebook
Yeah.
again. Get 4 more.
Musical conversation. We sit around and we talk music, we play some music, talk some music some more, keep going, and have a good time. And this is about the most I've had in for musical conversations. We had one less for the last time you were in, which was
Oh,
for
yeah, the Pigler thing.
for the Pigler.
The album.
The album release.
Yeah, it's a really good compilation.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we're about to do the second pressing on that. We pretty much sold out all the first pressing on that. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
Next year, volume 2.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm gonna go a little further with it. The first year I wanted to include a lot of people, and I'm not trying to get sidetracked because we're talking about these bands, but
we're here.
The first year I tried to do a lot of bands that were close to Pigler, and in the punk arena. Next year I'm just taking it to every fucking genre. We're just gonna
excellent
just blast the Charlotte area and the North Carolina area and try to get even more of them out there.
That's fantastic.
I couldn't believe label bands jumped on that. I was like, there's a couple, 3 or 4 on there. It was great, man. And it was what fired up mine and Brandon's label, just like, and Liz, of course, she's involved, and we just did that album and saw how easy it was, and Brandon, was recording, and I'm handling whatever I handle, which is usually just drinking, talking shit.
Talking to people. Yeah. Well,
just talking to people, and, we fired that up. It's been going kind of great. I mean, we're going through the early stages of learning. We're neither one of us are good at like being businessmen or knowing what the fuck we're doing, but we're trying, So
you have an album out. You have a product that's sold and sold out, and you're going to the next pressing. That's pretty good right there.
I mean,
yeah,
yes, it's a good start. The rest is going to be like we're going to be signing the bands we like. No one's going to bomb. So, but fuck it, it's a labor of love.
Yeah, as long as you figure out how to have it pay for itself. I think
that's the trick there, right?
And anything beyond that is just kind of nice.
Yeah.
If it is, a true labor of love. That's
I mean, there's a lot of labels like Tyler's starting a label, and there's another one called Banshee. Of course, they're self-aware. They've been around for like 5 years now. They're fucking awesome. Like Joshua runs it. He's like a great fucking dude, Like, and they actually carried the distribute. They distributed it online for us. So
that's cool.
They helped me out and taught me a lot too. So.
Well, the thing on starting a label, almost anybody can, just like anybody can with their home equipment now, be a recording studio.
Yeah.
You do need the talent to understand mastering because, that's
random, man. I don't know. Shit.
My thing is trying to find out about distribution. It's the hardest. I actually went to college for music and learned a lot about that. And distribution is probably the hardest thing to come about.
Right. Because you want it outside of happening to be at Lunchbox and Manifest,
which is cool. Scott was one of the first people
who
surprised me that jumped up and did that. Scott was like, "Bring the records in, I'll sell them."
Yeah,
and I, because the last time I played at Lunchbox Record, one of my fans went through the wall, busted his nut, and threw blood all over the store. So I was like, "No way, Scott's going to pick this up. He probably fucking hates me." But he picked it up and carried it. So fucking props to him for forgiving me for. Well, it wasn't like I did it.
Right.
I just got moronic people that come to see my band. So. No offense to anybody that's listening.
right. Yeah. Maggots. Oh, wait.
Some things just never change, I guess.
What? The moron come to your bands? No,
But
wait, we have smart fans somewhere? Is that
I don't know.
We're down to one listener.
Well,
that's a will call for any intelligent fans. I'm open arms.
Step up.
I happen to be a fan. So
well, then there's one.
The
first.
Like otherwise, you guys wouldn't be in. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's jump to Dr. Cirkustein.
Well, what do you want to know?
What do I want to know? Where'd the name come from? Of course, is always the first.
Well, the best I can do is kind of start where I picked up in Cirkustein. They were a band for about 2 or 3 years before I joined.
Okay.
And I've asked that question many times. Where did that name come from? Where did the many different genres that we call ourselves come from?
Yeah.
And
because listening to you guys,
either I'm just too much of a burnout to remember what they've told me, or they're too burnout to really have come up with anything else. Something along those lines. They're probably listening right now, wanting to curse my name. But I honestly,
they had their chance. Actually,
Those are the listeners.
Jason and Kenneth were in once before, a very, very long time ago.
There are a lot of things I know about Dr. Cirkustein and being a member of the band, but where the name came from is not something that I retained.
Okay. Well, breakfast for dinner. Any idea where? This is all your stuff. This isn't.
Yeah, breakfast for dinner was. We were trying to think of an album name and think of different art and stuff like that. And they said, well, how do you get people interested? Well, you say, well, you gotta think of something that everybody loves. And I said, well, what does everybody love? And Kenneth, our keyboard player, spouts up, well, I like bacon for dinner. Breakfast for dinner, that's pretty good. And at first, we all just kind of thought of it as a joke, but then when it came down to time, we really needed a name for our album. Our drummer's girlfriend started doing a layout, and a gentleman, I believe he goes by the name Elf.
Elf Murphy.
Yeah, Elf.
He was the bass player in Shot Silk.
Yes, that's him.
With Haley and Katie and Mindy. I know them.
I'm almost certain he did our artwork. Again, I don't retain a whole
Yes,
lot
he
of
did. He
information.
did do the cover.
That's
he
an
did a
amazing
great
cover,
job.
by the way.
We
It
have
is.
the original art at the house too, and framed it, and it's beautiful. But they just the breakfast for
He's
dinner.
a tattoo artist, and is absolutely, and he's at. So to give him a plug, he's at Infinity's. Out.
I was thinking of the fucking old record store on fucking Independence. Never mind. Ignore
Well,
me.
it's on.
But-
I think it's out on.
Is it on
Independence,
Independence?
and it wasn't. It's a
Infinity's-
Curiosities shop. And
Infinity's
head
End
shop.
or
Infinity's End.
Oh, okay,
I think
okay.
he's. I think
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because that's like a head shop. That's not a tattoo
He's
shop.
all the way out at as a tattoo shop out there.
Oh, okay.
Out. Yeah, it's Independence. Anyway,
Yeah, that's the way home for me, so I kind of know that little
yeah,
area. I know where to avoid the cops anyway.
it's mostly.
Not Waffle House. Let me tell you that.
I'll get you. Speaking of breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, in the end, from what I can recall, it was just
See
an
how
idea.
I segued that? Nice.
Perfect.
That was nice.
You were born
Okay.
with it, Turd.
Yeah.
Going back to what I barely remember, it was. I just remember it being an idea that we just kept throwing around, and it never got solidified until suddenly there was artwork. Suddenly there
cool.
was a layout, and then suddenly we were in the studio making and recording the songs. And next thing you know, there's a CD, and it was all a big blur for me because it'd been such a long time since I'd even been in a band that had the motivation to put out a CD. So the last thing on my mind is, what are we calling it?
Yeah.
But people take a liking to it, and my favorite part is the CD is a plate of like bacon and eggs,
Nice.
and
Yeah. And a smiley face, kind of.
and it's
You
one of the
look
most
at
beautiful
two
things
eggs
I've ever
and
seen.
Bacon goes in a smile.
Yeah, that
Turd,
album
and
is
you'll see
amazing.
that.
And
It's
then
cool.
you take the CD out, and the plate's empty on the insert. It's very well laid out.
It is a well laid out CD. It looks like a national label kind of thing, and very good. Who's the label? Do you know?
None yet, actually.
Oh.
We did that all by ourselves.
You did it all by yourself. Cool.
There was a point in time
Thank you.
where we actually were charging ourselves $5 a week to just be in the band.
Huh. Okay.
And
To cover.
It covered expenses, and then our vocalist Jason Reniger, he so graciously gave the band a sum of money to cover the rest, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say that he was the godfather of it all when it came down to
Yeah.
being able to afford it.
Right. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm going to play the first song on here, which is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Now, is there a story behind this song? Because I mean, it tells a story, kind of, but it tells you what to do.
Speaks for itself in a really good way, but it's in a great way. It's taken a great thing, in my mind, suicide, and making it even better. Most people would see it as a bad thing, but it's a very dark song, but with a very happy attitude.
Happy
And
attitude
it's-
about it, definitely.
It's
Yeah.
just, if you're tired of living life. Now, of course, we don't condone suicide.
No, you're doctors after all. Dr. Cirkustein, right?
If all the song's really saying is, if life's
Well, there it
getting you
is.
down, why are you wasting the space? Why are you wasting your own time? And
It's very tongue in cheek. It's very
in my mind, I think it's a great idea. But of course, I don't speak for the rest of the band in that.
smiley face.
Yeah. Bacon and eggs, but
Bacon and
that's
eggs.
just another one of those things. Like, if I couldn't have breakfast for dinner anytime I want, I'd probably want to kill myself too. So this song's kind of about that.
Okay. I agree. Thank you. Tonight's episode is brought to you by PBR.
When you're ready to die, why stay alive? Just jump off a roof while waving goodbye. Do us all a favor and go reach your savior. Leave life for the ones who savor the flavor. At the end of your rope, with nowhere to go, you just keep hoping for hope. get your gun. Don't think negative makes suicide fun, yeah. Until you try it, you'll never know. Death has come to reap what you sow. So don't be a puss, put your head in a noose. Make sure it's tight, tight, and give us a push. Do us all a favor, go reach your savior. Leave a life for the ones who savor the flavor. Oh God, I just want to tell myself, I just want to die. Your life can't get any worse. Find your salvation in the back of a hearse. There's nothing wrong with giving up on life. Just swallow some poison and jump on a knife. No need in waiting until you expire. When you're down in a hole, you can't get any higher.
Musical Conversations on Plaza Midwood Community Radio is brought to you by the Bluebird Beauty Bar. Polly Hall and Kaya Stowers are committed to meeting the needs and expectations of each client, offering cuts, colors, and chemical waves, and everything from facial waxing to makeup and updos for bridal parties and proms. 408 Beaumont Avenue in Charlotte, BluebirdBeautyBar.com. Do not forget to tell them you are also a musical conversationalist. Permanent solution to a temporary problem, Dr. Cirkustein. Cirkustein. I've heard it pronounced both by all members of the band. And then
That's correct.
Your bass player clarified it, and I forget, because that was well over 2.5 years ago that they were in. And I don't think you were in the band at the time.
I believe I've only been in the band about a year and a half.
Year and a
maybe
half?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. You bring a great look and sound to the band. The mask is awesome.
It's the only one I've ever found that fits my large head.
And the and the guitar sound, fucking A.
Thank you.
I don't have any other words for it. It's just really, really good.
When I joined up, I actually had no idea what it was going to sound like.
Okay.
Because it was one of the first bands that actually I show up, and I'd seen him a few times, and I noticed Kenneth he plays his Rhodes keyboard and his I think it's a Kurzweil synthesizer, and he's playing guitar parts, or I'm hearing him as guitar parts on the keyboard, and I'm like, man, that sounded really cool if they had a guitar player. So me and Jason had already become friends at that point, and we're at a cookout one day, and I was like, you ever thought about having a guitar player? He's like, yeah, we've tried, but nobody ever sticks around.
That's a problem all throughout, isn't it?
So I'd show up a couple times in practice, and there was at one point in time where, I didn't think I was going to grasp it. It was way beyond anything I could comprehend, really. And then
because the music is complex. It's kind of
it's a whole nother level of understanding, really. But
the reggae beat behind, especially with the bass lines going,
right?
Yeah.
And then Kenneth and Jerry told me, he's like,
"Look," listen.
He said, just do what you do. Just try to stay in key. And that's all I've done ever since. And it took me about 8 months in the band before I actually had solid parts that went to the songs.
Wow. That's pretty cool, though.
And to me, it's just this avant-garde, hey, let's see how wasted I can get and still play my guitar kind of fun.
That's every band you're in, though.
Well, we'll get to that later, I guess.
That's cool.
But finally, people letting me do things the way I want to do it, and I'm actually learning to appreciate what I'm able to do instead of just waking up the next morning and being like, hey, what the hell am I? Don't get me wrong, that still happens plenty, though, but at least I know what I did the night before.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
I'm sorry, this is music conversations?
Yeah, sometimes.
Talk about beer, too.
I can talk about beer.
So, who writes the songs in the band? How do these new songs develop?
Honestly, it starts from an idea that either John, our bass player, or Kenneth, our keyboardist, will get.
Okay.
Now, of course, I'll throw out a riff from time to time. Kenneth will pick up on it, and like Americana Con Carne,
Okay.
they swear that this song started from a riff that I was just jamming on, but I still believe that John was doing something really cool on the bass, and I was just farting around. But they blame a lot of the songs on me, which I say isn't true. But I will tell you, first and foremost, Kenneth and John are the geniuses behind how the songs get started. Jerry's unstoppable on the drums. Like, he can play anything over anything. And I just kind of get lucky and fill in the dead space. Jason's got a box full of lyrics that he's written for every occasion, and we start jamming, and he's just ready to go.
And he has a kazoo.
Yeah. He's got a kazoo, a melodica, and now we've got Bo on trumpet. And since he's joined, our sound has just gotten huge. But somebody will start playing, and we'll jam it. And from what I can tell, maybe it's happened a few times in the past, but it's definitely the future of it, is if the jam kind of sticks in our heads and we can remember it the next Thursday when we practice, this might end up being a song.
Wow. Cool. This is Stan. It's Musical Conversations. I like to say that now and then to remind myself what's going on and why I have a crowd of people in this room. And we are talking to DSR, All Rise, what the fuck else? Seduction. Your list that goes on starts with Dr. Cirkustein, and Turd Cutter is in there, and whatever else. And am I missing somebody else? I mean, are we there?
We got Dane in here now.
Going mispronouncing the name so early in the night.
The Taco Circus, whatever it's called.
Pants is flying Taco Circus.
We can't ignore her. She's sitting there.
Absolutely.
You know, it's Taco Tuesday for us here. So we have tacos today, yes.
I love that.
It's Taco
Tuesday, exactly. I love
Taco too, but it wasn't like a normal taco.
Tuesday, Dad.
It's still Tuesday.
Tuesday, Dad.
It's a Sonya burrito.
So, before we get back into the bands, I have one other question.
Taste your brother.
Oh my God.
Great April Fool's Day joke?
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The newest one just came out today.
The seriously written. And what I'm doing is I'm holding up the this issue of Crowd Surfer, one of our local entertainment rags. I call them all that, but this is the good one, honestly.
Yeah,
no, that's right.
Yeah,
they got the best
Team
writers.
Crowd Surfer. It's hilarious.
Really amazing recipe column. It's the number of the feast.
It's rockin' recipe with Pants.
Yes.
Pants, welcome to Musical Conversations. You came in here.
Well, thank you.
And get the mic.
I'm just sitting here with
the
a
number
recipe
of the
book in my hand.
Yes, number of the feast.
Yes.
Rockin' Recipes with Pants. You go by Pants.
I do.
Why? You're wearing a skirt.
Because
I'm just noting that, you know, I'm master of the obvious.
Because I hate pants, and it's okay to be what you hate.
Okay, then.
Is that okay?
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I do.
And that's a good answer.
They're the worst.
But nourish or perish.
Me too.
You know, I used to read that on my dash. But
Right.
your article in Crowd Surfer, I loved this though, because it had me for a moment.
They got me too. They're like,
Yeah.
well, make your recipe a good one, Pants, because it's the last one. I'm like, but
And then the
why?
article in here, which goes on, we thought we would take the opportunity to pat ourselves on the back, boldly declare ourselves as genuine Charlotte heroes in this, our final issue. And then it goes on to say, 20 months ago it did this and that, and
Well, I'm happy
that's
to
it.
announce that
But
the
then
newest one came out
today. Yes, we're here, and that's what's going on. DSR.
Oh, God.
How long have you guys
Talking
been?
about us again?
Yeah, what the hell? You guys, well, and I do have to get to the seduction.
They're sitting over
They're
there.
sitting there, yeah.
Woof.
All right, forget DSR. The seduction.
Easy.
One, why the seduction? Why is it named that? Because that's a simple
Have you
question.
heard them?
No.
Be seduced, Dad.
Because
Really?
Get seduced.
I honestly can't answer that question other than we came up with a bunch of other really shitty names. honestly, it could have went either way. Jonathan, if you're listening, our drummer, his best name he brought to the table was like, I think it was like Jezebel's Revenge or some shit. But that's so bad. And mine were no better. So there's an AC/DC lyric, and we were trying to just play real deal rock and roll. So we took the song or lyric and made a name out of it, and I regret it every day. We've been a band for like 3 years, and I wish we could change it. And we try from time to time because honestly nobody really cares about us. And we could change it at any time and no one would notice. and but we honestly can't come up with anything better. So therefore, you have. You kind of have some insight into our creativity. We have a terrible band name and can't come up with anything better. So there you go. I don't know. That's the best story. Cutter, it's not Turd Cutter, but that name's legendary.
Yeah, I mean.
So I want to. It's an awesome name, though. I would trade you. You want to trade? No. See, exactly. Point made. Yeah. Decent musicians, shitty dudes, terrible name. I'm making a T-shirt. What's happening?
You're wearing a Hulk shirt also. That's the band. But what is? How would you describe your sound?
Teetotal rock and roll.
Yeah, dude.
Drunken rock and roll.
There you go.
That's about it.
I was blown away, man. The first time I saw them, I was like, what in the actual fuck? They're from Wilkes.
You should have seen
no offense, but most of the bands from that area suck. I mean,
I've been in all of them.
Yes.
Every single one.
Yes, for real. That's the truth.
First time I saw the Seduction, it was in Wilkesboro, and they did suck.
Oh, wow.
That's
okay.
Was that at Rigby's or something?
It was at that coffee shop, the Christian coffee shop.
No, that was my old band. That was No Time for Breathing. Nolan is listening, and Levi just said you suck. So eat it, Nolan Biggins. I'm just kidding. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
No wonder I thought it sucked. Not even the same band.
No. We never sucked. Not even once.
Not even once. Okay. A different band altogether. Right. Yes. Honest. It was them. I was in there too, but it was them.
The album, though, aren't you?
We are. Sometime,
so you brought in 3 songs.
We did from the album.
From the album. Volga.
They shall. Father, they shall.
Okay. How many more songs do you have for the album?
We have like 17 songs in total.
Okay.
We will record all of them and pick the best 9 or 10 or 11.
Okay.
Whatever's under that level of being unlistenable, which is probably 45 minutes-ish of our terrible brand of rock and roll. And,
enough to put on vinyl.
We will cut it down. Exactly. We will cut it down to that and roll with it.
Okay.
So,
cool.
In our typical lazy nature, we will probably release the rest as some form of EP or possible record in the future.
B-sides,
so,
man. B-sides.
B-sides. There you go. All day.
Pretty soon people aren't going to understand what a B-side is. What do you mean a CD? I mean, CD, you couldn't turn it over. Why is it a B-side?
I don't use that word. It's
what, B-side?
No, CD.
Oh, okay.
CD's nuts.
and then the B-side is...
doesn't use that.
That's right, because CD's nuts all the time. I don't know.
Okay. Lost me on that one. But
right.
And I don't know if I want to know.
Nope.
But it's okay. The and the B-side of a file, what do you mean on that? You know, I mean, that's... well, like in the future, not too distant future, people are going to try and figure out a B-side of what? A file only has ones and zeros, and then how can you have a B-side of that? What do you mean? The other, it's just.
We'll copyright
so I think it's the
it.
end.
Me and Stan will go to the beach and say fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
That's what we'll do, dude.
I want to get off.
It's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
That's our lives now.
So the song is called Volga.
Yep.
Why? I mean, what's that mean?
It's a song about Viking culture and raping and pillaging and drinking in excess and
and the band is called
about Tour.
Just pretty much about Tour. The Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon.
2014. It's pretty much just a autobiography on. I'm totally kidding. If Jessica, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I'm joking. But nothing happened. I promise.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
All right.
But no, I don't know. I was feeling down and out on my lyrics at the time, and I wanted to write something that actually had a story or substance or meaning behind it. So I wrote a song on Viking culture and all things badass and how they like to fuck shit up and murder, rape, and pillage and conquer land. And that's what the song Volga's about. Volga's a river in Russia, by the way, which they actually did find the remains of Viking ships and armor and tools and armor or weapons and shit. So
and it sounds like it's nothing you'd expect otherwise from a band called Seduction. I mean, this is of course a Seduction would do a song about Viking culture.
Cool.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Well, if it fits,
I'm a Dungeons and Dragons gamer and all of that. I see how right there. Here, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. Interesting ending there. This is Stan. It's Musical Conversations, and I got a lot of bands in here. And some of them are members of multiple bands, but we're all in here, and we were listening to that, and I was listening to it, kind of trying to pay attention. But the guitar tone, Brandon, tell me about your tone on that.
All right.
And get the mic closer. Yeah, there you are.
There we go. Hey, but no, that is I think it was right side. That is a Mezza Boogie Roadster clean channel with a Blackout Effectors Twosome fuzz running on it. Left side is a 5150 EVH3 clean channel with, what is yours? The Hoof Reaper? Earthquaker Devices fuzz.
EVH3.
Yeah, the 5153. Sorry,
that's the guitar. That's the okay.
Yeah, Earthquaker Devices rule. But
okay.
Yeah, so basically that was it. We've been experimenting a lot with fuzz tones.
The 3 is the one with the knob up. The EVH3 is the one with the knob up here, or not?
Well,
it's the amp.
It's the amp. Yeah, it's the amp head. Yeah, it was the one that was it's made by Fender.
Right.
PV lost the license to do the Eddie Van Halen signature stuff,
yes.
And Fender picked up the EVH brand. So it's that which is kind of
the guitar,
right?
Itself.
And they picked up the license for that too. PV lost the guitar license for the guitars as well. So
wasn't it originally? I thought it was like BC Rich originally or something.
I think Kramer might have done one in the 80s, but I can't remember if that was correct or not. But PV's been making them, I know, since mid 90s. Okay. And then how long has it been? About maybe 5-6 years. Fender picked up the EVH brand, which those are killer amps. I mean, they're great amps, but we're kind of amp whores, man. We go through equipment like crazy. So
does it die on you? Can't do it.
No, it's not that it dies. It's just that like we'll love anything for about 6 months and then we throw it away and get something else. You know? We're guys, man. What do you want?
Wow.
But
these levels. I understand destroying things. Go on.
But yeah, so I mean that's basically it. We wanted to experiment with some fuzz tones. You know, we love classic rock. We love a lot of fuzz-driven effects and stuff like that. Yeah. And so we kind of wrote that song around the idea that we would be using those fuzz pedals to just really kind of capture the sound of it itself. Right. And we wanted to do it in a classic method instead of already driving the front end of a distorted amp. We went clean channel, straight fuzz pedals for the gain. So that's what it is. With a mixture of speakers, Greenback, Heritage Selections, and then what was the other one?
Vintage 30.
Yeah, Vintage 30 clones. That's basically it. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
You guys are actually a real band.
Well, I own a studio.
Yeah, that double bass pedal we stole from Ground Zero in 06.
But Johnny, you're also the singer.
Not that band.
No, you're also of your band, And he's the guitarist, and so guitarists are,
Yeah, they're smart.
They're smart. No, they're just into their equipment. That's all.
Sorry.
I've heard your guitar. You're a lot more than that.
Oh, shit, I thought you were holding it.
Yeah. Wow. So musical conversations. I do that though. I'd like to talk. Gear and what do you have? What do you run through and everything?
Right, absolutely.
It's. I mean, where else do you get the chance to do that?
Right, absolutely. That's awesome.
I like to find out where the music comes from and how it's created. And so, where do you guys go and record?
We record ourselves. I own a studio called Dead Peasant.
Dead Peasant.
Yeah, Dead Peasant Studio.
Okay.
Like as in the Dead Peasant Insurance.
Okay.
And I record some other stuff. I'm the guy that's recording the DSR, new material. So I'm based in Wilkes County, North Carolina. It's up in the mountains.
Johnny, whispering into the mic is still into the mic.
Just thought I'd tell you. He's talking to me, and my fucking drummer's lost in the neighborhood.
Well, somebody go outside.
He's like, where the fuck do I park? I was like, shit, I don't fucking know, man.
But, yeah, it's...
Somebody should let him in, though.
Yeah, for real.
We have more people coming?
Just one. He's skinny, too.
Tell him to bring a fan.
All right. I'm going to have to get an air conditioner.
Are you telling me?
Yeah, just...
Yeah. But it's up in the mountains, It's a garage-based studio. I just like to have fun with it, man. It's very DIY. We're trying to be DIY as much as we can get,
That's what we got all here. I mean,
you know. And that's it. And we love that. We love that network. We love that community. So, it's a great thing. And, I'm going to be doing some of the stuff for the new record label, Mechanical Pig Records. So,
Mechanical Pig.
Right. It's awesome. See the
Whose
artwork.
idea is that?
It's our idea.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's exciting.
Currently on Mechanical Pig right now.
Well, we just signed Avalon Steel.
Oh, cool.
Fucking power metal. They're awesome.
What's up, Tommy?
And you're on Turd Cutter. You may not know. Turd Cutter's on it. The Seduction's on it.
Well,
We got a label. Smelly
this
Felly's
is the
on
amazing
it.
thing in musical conversations. The bands are now finding out that they're actually on labels. Members.
Are we missing anybody?
No.
The letdowns.
The letdowns.
Oh,
The
the
letdowns.
Yeah, don't. The letdowns are so
Oh God,
good, man.
yeah,
They are
they're
so
so
good.
fucking underrated. And like
are.
such good
They are.
guys.
And I did their recording
And they're like
too.
always at the milestone also.
Yeah, they're good. They're
I mean,
good.
you know.
They're fucking amazing, and they're great musicians. They're bass players.
Somebody go let him in, please.
Oh, damn Jesus.
Yes, you're the one closest. It's okay. You can
We
walk
gotta
in
let
that
the
skirt.
drummer in.
Yes, I said that to him. It's a dress, but you can still walk in it.
But
Laces out.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's exciting. I mean, we're busy. It's going to be busy.
We're staying really busy. It's kind of weird. I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm not like trying to exaggerate it. I actually, it's a bit much.
Yeah.
I'm like the
Overwhelmingly?
inbox is staying full. The shows are coming in. All the bands are doing well.
Sweet.
And all the bands, all the bands we're involved in, and all the bands in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Now-
a fucking good time to be in Charlotte.
I really think so. I think the music scene in Charlotte is just it's continued to expand and get better and better.
Well, it's full of geniuses. What do you expect?
Yeah, but
Except for me.
4 people in this room are from the mountains, so
But you're coming to Charlotte to do things.
That's
And
right.
You're wearing a Thin Lizzy patch on your.
Might have based everything I've learned and play and know.
Thus the double guitar work
Exactly.
on. Okay, go
That's
on.
it. Everything has
Okay.
been based around that kind of style.
Well, here on
no
Musical
shame in that. They're fucking
Conversations,
amazing.
here on Musical
Yeah.
Conversations, there's something we call the Thin Lizzy syndrome,
Yeah.
to where the only song that people have ever heard is "The Boys and Back in Town," and they're sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
They're sick and tired of it. But then you play something else off that same album, like Emerald,
Yeah.
Warriors,
Waterfall, any of
and
that.
it's like, oh my God, what is this? This is amazing.
right.
And,
Or Fighting, such
yeah.
a good album, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Black
they,
Rose.
They didn't put out
Yeah.
anything bad. It wasn't,
You know?
They put out some stuff that wasn't as good as others, but it was all great.
You should be closer to the microphone, by the way.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Don't take Levi's mic. It's okay.
it's all
Go on.
all good. I
Because
just
he's so.
I would short of selling my soul, I'd do anything to play that show. Just saying. Even I don't know.
That's an
I'm
Nemesis
gonna start
too.
some shit on here. I don't want to start no shit. All I'm saying is, yeah, the still living remaining members of Thin Lizzy are pretty much why I play guitar.
Okay.
So I would.
Scott Gorham.
I will be there.
And Scott Gorham.
Exactly.
And I think he's the
I will
only
be
one.
there regardless, but I would much rather be there and playing
Yeah.
music. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Aim
right.
high,
Well,
Dad. Aim high.
That's right.
Who knows? I mean, not all touring bands want a local band in.
That's very true.
However, there are places that are asking for people to do that, and I think that tradition will expand a little bit once these places know that there are good bands in town.
It'd be funny if you opened up for Thin Lizzy because they're thin and you're not.
I
love you guys. I'm
Mouse
joking.
makes a very valid point. 'cause
I'm fat, too.
3 out of
You're not
4 of
Leslie
us
West,
are-
but
are
still.
clinically
Levi's
overweight.
That's a big guy.
Levi's looking good these days.
Dude,
You
we
are,
have
dude.
been trying to get Levi to gain weight since I was like 14.
Needed a chef, dog.
Bring the yearbook out, why don't you?
I can.
It's online. We can find it now.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Bust it out.
No.
I'm kidding. That would
I'm trying
grind
to
my
figure out
computer
who
to a
looked
halt.
crazier in high school
Anyway.
near you.
Brandon.
It was the Valiums.
It was the
The
value.
Valiums. They give you kid Valiums?
Huh?
They gave you kid Valiums?
Oh no, we just bought them.
So,
I was trying to go legitimate, dude. You shot me down.
I'm pretty
do you
sure.
want to talk about DSR again?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
all right.
sorry. All right.
I guess we need to at some point.
Well, you have an album coming out when?
I don't know. When are we putting the album out, Brandon? I guess when we finish it.
I mean, you brought some new things we played.
Yeah,
when
we
you
got to
finish
finish
it.
the Anti-Nowhere League. Right. We got to finish the Anti-Nowhere League cover, and we got a Bob Wayne cover to
It's
finish.
almost done. It's
You
amazing.
so you I mean you didn't do really many covers before.
No, we've never done a cover. These
Yeah.
are the first two, and
I asked you about covers. Is it my fault you're doing covers?
don't
blame me.
Well, we did
It's not my
we
fault.
did country and like 80s punk. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We went for both. You
That
know?
Bob Wayne cover, they took a bluegrass song and kind of done their own thing with it, and it's amazing. It's going to be incredible.
We
Okay.
haven't.
Finally
I've heard it.
release it.
It's the standout track of the whole album, and
Rock on.
we were afraid to initially to do this on this. We thought we wouldn't get permission. you know, and we didn't. We're like at that weird level as a band where like we've been on like one kind of shit national label, and we didn't know if it would be okay for us to just like pursue covers without getting permission. So I actually pursued the artist, and they listened to the band and they gave us permission, which I thought was like crazy. That
That's
we had
wonderful.
like Anti-Nowhere League messaging me being like, yeah, you can cover our fucking song. I'm like, oh my God, I like worship these dudes, and they're like cool with us covering it. So
Well, most bands would. I mean, you know, they want bands to cover their song. I mean, if it's their creation, they want others to appreciate it. And if you're going to cover it, you're not making fun of it. You're honoring it. So
yeah, it's a great song too. We figured out on the way to the studio we were going to cover it, and then we just emailed them, and they emailed us back. It was all
You
really
realize
quick
it's
and
cheaper
weird.
to send an email saying yes than it is to get a lawyer.
You know, I mean, unless there's a situation like Megadeth covering These Boots Are Made for Walking. Hello, somebody just walked in. Give him a microphone, please. Throw a microphone at him. No, just turn and... Yeah. Musical Conversations on Plaza Midwood Community Radio is made possible by the Bluebird Beauty Bar. Polly Hall and Kaya Stowers are committed to meeting the needs and expectations of each and every client, offering cuts and colors and chemical waves, and everything from facial waxing to makeup and updos for bridal parties and proms. It's 408 Beaumont Avenue in Charlotte, bluebirdbeautybar.com. Don't forget to tell them you are a musical conversationalist. Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome to Musical Conversations. Somebody just walked into my house, walked in and sat down and said, hey, you're on the radio, I'm going to join you, right?
Yes.
Okay, who are you?
Yes. My name is Viken. I-K-E-N.
Vivian.
Okay. Have you ever... What band are you in, or bands, or yeah?
I play in a band called Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Thrash band out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I also play with Dirty South Revolutionaries right now.
Right now.
Go on the road with them.
Okay.
That's
right now I'm with them.
You
God,
open
I can't
up
wait
the
to get
phone
the
book
fuck
and
out.
point,
I mean,
and somebody's been in DSR.
Okay. Any others? What else is going on?
I also play in a sludge band called
And what
POW.
do you play?
I play drums.
Oh, okay. Sludge band called
And,
what?
POW.
Okay.
Standing is a secret. Can't tell you what it stands for.
Pounds of weed.
No. And then I also play in a hardcore punk power violence band called Samuel Jackson. And me, Moss, and Levi, and our friend Jerry have started a D-beat band called Turd Cutter.
Turd Cutter. We've heard of Turd Cutter, but can't hear any, can we?
Well, still. Jerry's he's a hard kid to get nailed down to record, so yeah.
Okay.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Just got called out.
Wow.
Wayne, Dad.
Grandfather. He can't help that he lost his phone in the mud, all right?
Yeah, that was that during that bike
Really?
or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, that was rowdy.
Really?
Jesus.
It's the largest number of people I've had in here. Everybody, welcome to Musical Conversations. Yeah. Good stuff.
He wrote a song called 20 Second Sips. This is Tyler from All Rise. And,
From what?
Tyler from All Rise.
Wrote a song called
20 Second Sips.
20-second sips.
It's about being in my living room. He'd already drank 3 or 4 Mad Dogs.
Okay.
And he decided that he could take an entire large Mad Dog in one sip.
Oh, shit.
And he did it.
In 20 seconds.
But that's not the best part. The best part is what came afterwards.
He's all over.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
even better than that.
Okay.
He sat down on my couch, stared at my wife, pulled his cock out, giggled at her like a little girl, and passed out immediately.
Wow.
True fucking story.
This is the guy who walked in here in a dress.
Yeah, it's like
and a
dude,
wig.
I actually remember it, man. I remember chugging it all down, and you looked at me, and you were like, man, I give you about 5 minutes. And I started laughing, and the next thing I remember, I wake up, and I'm in my underwear on your couch, and it's morning time. And you were like, man, you fucking took your clothes off and started waving your dick in my wife's face.
That's why you don't chug Mad Dog.
And then a song was born.
And a song was born from that.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's the one we did the music video for.
And and you did the music video. I don't want to.
So where's my song? Because we've had similar times when no alcohol was involved.
Oh my!
I keep those pictures.
Do tell.
Well, that's as far as it goes.
Oh, come on, Boobop.
That's a letdown. Now, I talked about the editing process on Musical Conversations in order to get it to Plaza Midwood Community Radio. That's staying in. Okay.
Jackpot.
Seduction. How long have you guys been together as a band?
Going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years.
In July.
In July.
Yeah.
Is this the first recording?
No, kind of, yes. Let's leave it at that. Yes,
no,
it totally is.
Maybe.
Do
anything else.
Do not seek out any other material. This is it. Nothing else exists.
Yeah, exactly. Did you have an EP? Did you? Okay.
There was a phase in the Seduction. Well, they first started. They were really similar to the way they sound now. They hadn't quite refined it. And I didn't talk to these guys for about a year and a half.
After seeing them, well, you said you saw them once.
Well, apparently that was the wrong band, but
okay.
I do remember. But they had that. It was like a southern rock and roll sound, but they hadn't quite refined it yet. But then I hadn't listened to any of their stuff in a while. Stopped paying attention to them for about maybe 6 months to a year. Can't even really remember if I talked to them at all during that time. And then they're like, "Hey, we're trying to get shows in Charlotte." And then I go to their Facebook or Bandcamp or something. I listen to these tracks, and it had more of a poppy sound to it. It was slightly softer.
Softer southern rock.
It was different.
Different. Okay.
And it was only 2 or 3 songs, and then something happened. They got a show, and I went to go hang out with them. Hadn't seen them in a while, and all the songs that were online weren't what they were playing at this show. They were playing the heavy southern rock thing they were back to doing now.
Okay.
And I never really got around to asking you guys,
what the hell was that?
Well, what happened?
Captain's
all right, I'll
all
answer
captain's
that.
heads. That's all.
All right. When we first got together,
Ask about it, dog. I'll wear it for you.
We wrote as many
Valium.
songs.
I'm
as
sorry. Okay, go on.
When we first got together, we just were writing as many songs as we could. We had this idea that we wanted to be just rock, nothing really any different. Me and Daniel both came from a hardcore, metal background as far as that, and we were really trying to just push for a more chill, Thin Lizzy style rock and roll sound. That's what we were shooting for. Okay. We cranked those songs out in like 6 months after becoming a band without really figuring out what we were yet, and that's the reason why we say don't really search it out, because the early material, it does not sound like us, because eventually those influences, the metal background, started bleeding in a little bit more, so our new stuff ended up being what we really are and what we intended to be,
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it.
That's about it.
And then you want to throw in there, Captain?
Captain.
Over and out.
Over and out. Okay.
Talking about the hat. Yeah.
Oh, the hat.
The hat?
He made that his Facebook profile picture. I was like,
And
it's mad erotic.
Was it a scarf or a bandana?
It's a bandana.
That was a neckerchief. Are you talking about the picture?
Did you say a neckerchief?
Hey.
Where do I get one of those?
For the record, I have a 6-year-old in Scouts, so...
Where's this going?
Yeah, Dad.
Is that where you got the handkerchief?
Yes.
Oh my God, dude.
No.
Be prepared and all of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We just found the origin of Dad.
There it is.
Dad. You are Dad.
Daddy-o.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Lord.
So the next song on the Seduction, this EP thing that you brought, is not called Rules of Engagement. It's, what is it called?
Rules of Enslavement.
Enslavement. Okay.
Correct.
At some point I will change the file name, but Rules of Enslavement. Tell me about Rules of Enslavement. How do you have rules for enslavement?
It basically jumps back and forth between the daily grind of living a shitty life and working for making lots of money for a person that doesn't care about you, and then being in a band and starting out and also no one caring about what you're doing and no one knows who you are, and you pour everything you are into something, and you walk on stage, and the frustration of just
people running to the bar.
Yeah, basically playing to, what was it, 3 homeless guys and an ex-girlfriend and the other band.
Yeah,
Montclair, New Jersey, by the way.
True story.
Well, it's Montclair, not Claremont. Okay, I know.
Yeah,
Montclair.
there.
Yeah.
So
that's where parts of Clark's took place, by the way.
It's a somewhat bitter song, but we're over that now.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guys we play with. I like the people we play for now. But
yeah,
it was a good time in my life for music. Not a good time in my life for positivity.
What was that movie?
Which one?
Oh, Airheads.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Yes.
you don't know what it's like getting up on that stage and playing to all the other bands and their girlfriends.
Somewhere Adam Lane just came after you said that.
Oh, we love you, buddy.
He loves that fucking movie.
Oh, it's an amazing movie. Come on.
It's a good movie.
That and
He's not
of
about
course,
to walk through the door, is he?
No, that would be all.
He just comes running through the door.
I just came. I just came.
I heard y'all were quoting Airheads. I'm here.
That's a wonderful movie, though.
Good. Made it 10 minutes.
Oh man.
And
Woof.
in a battle between God and Lemmy, who wins?
Lemmy is God.
No, the next line is.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a
never
trick
mind.
question.
It's a
Lemmy
trick
is
question.
God.
Yes, thank you.
Am I the
So
oldest
there.
person in here? Come
No.
on.
Yes.
At least 6
Maybe I'll just shut up. No, you're not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, senior benefit moss.
See, he dyes his beard. And,
Oh yeah, he does.
I dye my hair.
Because if I
He doesn't
didn't, I'd
have
look like
any beard.
Gandalf, you know? Because I'm not attractive.
Of course,
or
I go
anything.
purple. He went.
Is Gandalf attractive? Probably.
Sexy, dog.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
dude. I just,
Gandalf's sexy.
I just can't
Gandalf's
get
sexy.
over Gandalf.
Okay, I'll trust you. Okay.
I'd put my tongue on his 60-year-old balls. I'm joking. This is how you quiet everything. I'd like to apologize for that. Edit.
Probably
Yeah.
looks like a moist, like fucking egg McMuffin.
You know the orientation of Ian McKellen, who plays Gandalf. Never mind. How's that?
I can't even concentrate. That was hilarious.
This is a lot more fun. I hope it's fun out there too. The song is "Rules of Enslavement," and we're gonna play that by the Seduction. How's that? Good. Okay.
Give them what they never had. No need to explain. Sometimes it's pleasure and pain. These are the rules of, these are the rules of, these are the rules of, the rules of enslavement. These are the rules of, these are the rules of, these are the rules of, the rules of enslavement.
That was Rules of Enslavement. Seduction. This is Stan. It is Musical Conversations. I like the soloing. We're getting back in here.
How does it feel?
Wonderful.
Hey there. How's it going?
That's going very well. It's a little crowded and nuts, but
I mean, there's a lot of balls in here. I'm gonna say there's a lot of balls in here. I am a lonely pepper in a sea of sausage.
Wow.
It's okay.
I don't even know
Raha,
what
what you think about that?
I don't know, but it's funny.
I don't know if I've ever heard that, and I think that's scary.
You just made that up.
Oh, I totally just made that up.
Muppet mouth?
Quite
It's either
scary.
that or a frog mouth, man. I stick with Muppets, though.
There's a lot of logic there.
No.
Fuck it. Yodeling in the gully.
This is Stan. It's Musical Conversations.
Vomited
with
inside my
a shit
butt.
ton of people in my room, and causing me to bring out a Blue Moon because all they're drinking is PBR. And well, for the most part, there are a couple of differences
It's
here.
free and easy.
But I can't go that well.
vegans.
I'm sorry.
Ass.
Not to put down your taste.
Lick my
But
helmet locker.
goddamn. Anyway, it's
Not the goddamn you, but goddamn.
damn,
Not the
yeah.
goddamn.
Anyway,
Let's bump biscuits.
I like good beer. I don't know, and that's all there is.
We sell your beer?
I don't know.
Excuse me?
I digress.
They're talking amongst themselves.
They're talking amongst themselves.
We are.
We do that. We do that often.
Okay, okay.
So what would you like to digress on?
Well, all I
Recipes.
see- I'm-
Recipes. Tell me about recipes. Why are you writing recipes for Crowdsurfer?
Because I love to feed people, and I think that
Nourish or perish.
food is amazing. Nourish or perish.
Where did you come up with that term?
Okay, so Andy the Doorbum,
Yeah.
one of my favorite people in the whole world, started
He's
this.
amazing. I still have yet to get him in here. Do you believe that?
What?
I'm
Well,
talking
he's
for-
he's like
for all
off
over
traveling and being
yes.
amazing.
Uh-huh.
But he started doing art or die.
Art or die, right?
So when he wrote
the
that,
album.
I was just like art or
Which I have
die. I'm like,
around
what? I want to say something about that. I'm like, nourish or perish.
It just came to you like
Yeah,
that?
it's like join us or die.
You know, on the car that I had for a while, it was on my dash. I said that before, but so I praised it. I'm like, that is just an awesome statement because feed people.
Yeah, feed
You know,
people.
you
I mean,
know.
whether it be food or music or knowledge or anything,
Anything,
you,
yeah.
you
That's
can
kind
nourish.
of the point here. We can, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
To digress even farther, I run a weekly D&D game, first edition, and people come in not for the game, not so much for the game, but for the meal. Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Glittery
people on
shoes.
this couch.
Wow, it's pretty.
Welcome to everybody. It's
Sausage
Musical Conversations. Take the picture of what we've got going on here.
Because there's so much damn sausage, you guys wouldn't fucking believe it.
And it is warm in here, and we're
And
starting.
it's spicy as hell. I got freaking Tylerito over here, and
Tylerito,
dad,
Dendito.
and dad.
And Boobop.
And fucking
Dad.
boobop. Okay, I'm gonna go away.
The local band is called Deuteronomy Anno Domini. They go by Dad. So that is.
Buck
that's
told
kinda
me
funny.
about that band. I was like,
They're actually
they have
really
lifetime booking rights.
Huh?
Just because their name is Dad.
They're awesome.
It's like D period, A period, D period.
Yeah.
Dad gets what Dad wants.
Dad
Yeah,
gets what
yeah.
Dad wants.
And Gary.
There's someone in the band named Gary. It's the ultimate.
Ramsey, I think, is his name. I saw him at the songwriters' night at Freeman's out in Gastonia.
Oh yeah,
on Wednesday nights.
It's weird that you saw somebody named Gary in Gastonia.
Yeah, I know.
The name sounds Gary from Gastonia.
It's kind of alliterative there. That's, yeah.
Oh.
Stony Gary.
Oh, yeah. This is getting hot in here.
No.
But I'm not going to play their music because they're not here, and I'm trying to get them in. But it's a long journey for
You
a
trying
lot
to
of
get
people.
Dad in?
Yeah. Yeah.
That ought to be a really fun.
If you keep
Come
talking
on,
to
man.
Dad, Dad'll come on in, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm done now. I apologize for that last joke.
Don't.
No, I apologize for me existing on a regular basis.
Oh, okay. Where would we all be without you?
Epic fail.
Epic fail.
Oh. I'd probably still be standing outside the milestone door. Going, come on, man! I left my wallet. Let me in. No, it's okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's a good thing. It's So, how many band members, different bands do we have in here?
Probably more than
7
20 now.
Yeah.
8, 10.
We can take that for like 12 of those. So.
Beacon's the only person in Charlotte that beats me, I think, in number of bands being.
I don't think Vic can beat you. You're like 9 or 10.
No, actually, 4 of those are just one.
Oh, really?
Those are just one.
Because Pants and I have like 4 bands, and we decided the other day that each of those bands is now just going to be an album, and the band will be called Pants and Levi.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be pretty good.
Are they all different styles of music?
Right, yeah, every album, like every band
song
name we think of is just gonna be an album, but it's just Pants and Levi making music.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Who sings?
Both of us.
Awesome. And other instrumentation, or what do you play? What do you? Describe your music.
Mostly, it's her on bass guitar and me on guitar, and we're playing very simple riffs so that we can both sing with no plans whatsoever of playing live until we're ready to give everybody in Charlotte the finger and dip out forever.
You know what? It sounds like a very, very twisted Tenacious D. It really does. I mean,
also play drums on like trash cans and broken cymbals.
Okay, I rest my case. I mean,
so we also get blackout drunk and only do 1 takes.
Hell yeah!
Oh, good.
It's pretty great. Yeah, that's Crisco.
Some of
Christ.
which we planned on bringing, but of course, with the technical difficulties of CDs not burning, we weren't able to bring those.
Right. That will happen, and yeah.
Oh, we got a request, dude. I hate.
We have a request.
It's on my phone.
Do you want to?
Well, that was one of the songs that we had wanted to bring, but
if you want to play it, I can give it to you on my phone. But we tried to burn it onto the CD, but I guess it didn't burn.
I'm going to play a song now. I think it's time for Aftermath by Seduction, because we went there, and that's about time for it.
One question: when are you guys actually planning on putting like a full album out? Like you didn't.
When you go get seduced?
All right, yeah. We're going to try to have it done by July or August.
You see, planting seeds for the future.
I'm recording it, man. It's going to take done tomorrow.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, it's like Brandon's got 10 bands to record. He's like, yeah, we're going to get the full length done. But, oh, my God, Moss just hit me up, and we got 10 bands. I'm like, proud of you, buddy. It's awesome. I'm so glad.
We're planting a seed here.
So the question
Mighty
is,
Oaks and shit.
Mighty Oaks.
As the recording studio, I mean, are you the engineer?
He's the everything in the label.
And then mastering, who does your mastering and all that?
I can do it myself. I prefer not to. It's kind of like dating your sister, but I do. You know,
we work like a football team. He does all the actual work, and I'm like the drunken mascot in the suit over on the corner of the field. That's how the record label works.
You and Jenny were related.
And then Liz does the business end of everything.
Yeah.
Like the arranging and all that.
Uh-huh. Well, let's talk on the technical and the mastering. Of course, is a process unto its own, and really astounding. I sat in on Dave Harris on a mastering session, and it's just wow.
A great mastering process is just unbelievable at what it can do. I mean, essentially, if the world was perfect, you would deliver a mixed album that was virtually little needed to be worked with, but that's not the world. You know?
Right.
That's not how it normally goes. And a true mastering engineer can do work magic. I mean,
it is where the magic is. You know,
right,
people think it's in the playing and all of that. No,
he
mastering
plays his
will do
stuff
it.
down. He killed it on that Fukushima song, man.
Yeah,
that was some good mastering, Brandon.
Archaeological footprint has been from quote to spring to running headlong into Armageddon. As we watch the world crumble into the businessmen stumble, we hasten our ends to the power better. It's so serious, it's an intel is calling an accident, and the effects will be felt long term. It's a toxic mixture disrupting the fixtures that resulted in triple meltdown.
This is the greatest comic book present the world has ever witnessed apart from the theater. Every day on the wall. We are now in a situation where we have harnessed the energy of the sun. It is totally out of control. There is simply nothing we can do about it.
I mean, I know mastering, man. We did the Jamie King thing, and that dude's like, he's like a machine at mastering, which is good. That's good. But Brandon, he puts a human feel to it. You know what I mean? While Jamie's a fucking master, what he does, which we can all agree on that.
Yeah,
I think
he's incredible.
Yeah, but Brandon, he makes you sound like you want to sound like you're supposed to sound like with DSR. He created a lot of things that we couldn't replicate live, but with Brandon, he just creates what we are. Yeah. You know,
what do you mean things you? Well, yeah,
he does a lot of hit replacement, like like a lot of very high end. I mean, for commercials and movies and stuff, he's trained to do what he works with, like high end label bands.
Makes it sound great, but
yeah,
it's not necessarily
fucking amazing.
What
but Brandon,
you sound like.
Brandon with us works perfectly with us because he puts a
live,
human touch to everything he does. You know?
Okay.
Recently, what I've been pushing against is using sound replacer, Drumagog, beat detective, any of that nature. If you want that, I can do it. You know, that's not the question.
That was good.
But you know, I believe it's better old school methods. You know, take it, make a really good take, keep playing it until you get the take that you need. You know, and just make it sound like the band. You know.
But you've always used the sound replacement not to put in someone else's samples. You still keep the drummer sounding like his kit. You've only ever really used it to replace. Oh, man, that wasn't a solid hit, and you're paying enough attention to hear that one note, and just replace it with another one from the song, and still keep them sounding exactly the same.
No, that's right. That is what I've done before in the past. But with the DSR stuff,
my book was that.
With the new DSR stuff, we've not done any sound replacement.
That's all Adam.
It is exactly how they played it,
Yeah.
and nothing
Cool.
else.
We
There's
requested
no
that, like
whatsoever.
We wanted the mistakes in there, you know, like
Yeah.
that's part of what gives it the human element.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. None of the vocals or none of it's. I mean, you know, he puts effects on there to where it doesn't sound like total garbage, but like it's minimal.
It's your basic stuff, like maybe a little reverb on vocals. Nothing over the top, nothing crazy. You know, just very straightforward, very raw. You know, try to really make it sound like what. It really sucks when you go watch a band and they don't sound anything like their album. You know?
Right.
I'd much rather have a album from a band that really sounded like it. You know. So
well, and the reverse of that is also fairly terrible when you go see a band and you love what they're doing live, and then you go buy the CD and it's
less.
It's less. It's just not. It's terrible. It's with beats and a microphone, or the other side of that, where it's just a microphone hanging in the center of the room, and
just beating the hell out of the drums. And there's no bass,
and somebody standing away from it screaming, and all you hear is the guitar.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, I mean, not to cut you off, but
You
what
know,
Brandon's doing with his shit is real shit. Like
It's-
label aside, like the Dead Peasant Studio is nothing to fuck with. That's like a great studio, and it's in his dad's basement, and it's as like real as it fucking gets.
Okay.
You know, his dad backs the mower out, and you fucking record right there. So it's real shit,
awesome.
and you know he's doing a good job.
That's good. That's good.
What's up,
So
Doug?
you don't fuck with his dad while you're recording because that man looks like he'd scalp you like a Native American.
Yeah, man.
Musical Conversations on Plaza Midwood Community Radio is made possible by the Bluebird Beauty Bar. Polly Hall and Kaya Stowers are committed to meeting the needs and expectations of each client, offering cuts and colors and chemical waves, and everything from facial waxing to makeup and updos for bridal parties and proms. 408 Beaumont Avenue in Charlotte, BluebirdBeautyBar.com. Don't forget to tell them you are a musical conversationalist.
Packed up everything I own and strapped it to the back. Love this two-wheel death machine, not coming back. 'Cause I got caught up with the gambling time. My debt I cannot pay. Choose to run, to fight or die. The choice must be made. Right out to the sunset, the wind against my back. I am the son of misfortune, I am the aftermath. Right out to the sunset, the wind against my back. I am the son of misfortune, I am the aftermath. Met a man from a distant land. He had eyes in his bones. Told me of the road ahead and nothing coming down. He told me I can't escape the fate I made for myself. And if I run, they hunt me down and drag me to hell. Right out to the sunset, the wind against my back. I am the son of misfortune, I am the aftermath. Right out to the sunset, the wind against my back. I am the son of misfortune, I am the aftermath. Well, I can't stop moving, won't let go. I won't die on this lonesome road. Won't bleed for your misery. I was born to die alone. the aftermath. Right out to the sunset, the wind against my back. I am the son of misfortune. I am the aftermath.
As I turn up the mic, he has to go beat his biscuit. This is Stan. It's Musical Conversations. That's the Seduction and Aftermath. It has a neat break, and then it goes on into a heavier part.
Right.
Why? How did that song develop like that? Daniel?
Were you listening, Daniel?
He's the mastermind behind it.
Oh. Okay. Well, continue. Just do it into the microphone.
Talk shit in the mic.
I asked the question, though. What do you...
What was the question?
Wow.
I can ask
This guy
anything
made
at this
D's in
point.
school, F's.
I did very well in school, thank you.
Dad.
That wasn't the question.
Father.
That was not the question. No. What is the answer to the ultimate question of life? No. What is your quest? No. That song had a break in it and then went into a heavy section. How did that song develop like that? Was it just a... How did you?
I don't know, because it gives the song time to breathe, and then comes back and kicks your ass, and I don't know, makes it awesome. I don't know.
It awesome.
I shoot for awesomeness, and I rarely achieve it, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't it either.
The
but
Seduction is rarely awesome.
Rarely, there you go. Rarely awesome.
That sounds terrible.
Seldomly awesome.
Seldomly awesome Seduction. So you're celibate? No. Sorry, I'm
pretty much. I'm married, so I'm married
with a 6-year-old. Yeah, no, that's.
I am
you have successfully seduced in the band Seduction.
Once, twice. I got two.
Seduced.
Done been seduced twice. 2 kids. So yeah,
but
I don't know.
I don't know. That's what kids always think. I know my parents did it once or twice, depending on how many kids there are. But
They did it a lot. Your parents did it a lot.
A lot.
Mine
anyway,
did.
This is Stan. It's
multiple tries to make
not
fun.
meaning to make fun,
Yes.
but it just kind of went there.
No, it's
and
cool.
So the song has that break though, and then just turns around and kicks.
Yeah.
And so, is there anything else about Aftermath in the aftermath of Aftermath
It's
that you can tell me about?
No, it's a song about a dude that runs into bad luck, and he's running from everything chasing him, and it finally catches up with him.
Thus the heavier part.
That's right. It's his quest to escape shitty living, and all that comes with it.
Okay.
Write a song about me, man.
That song is loosely based around
I will never get
Mr.
them
Johnny
as a
Moss.
sponsor. I know that.
Who's that?
PBR.
I don't know if they're that you might not even get all of you.
Huh? Yeah. True. Anyway,
Deacon, the Turbinator over there, is fucking drinking all of them. Old banana lips.
the drummer. One drummer in here, right?
Yeah, one.
One drummer.
One
That's
drummer.
enough. That's enough.
I don't know.
Broken cymbals and cutting boards.
I see how it is.
Broken cymbals and cutting boards.
Yeah.
What, like
That shit
sewing
sounds
cutting
awesome.
boards?
Like, making beats with like chopping things and stuff.
Okay.
That will not be shared today.
No.
She chopped like
No.
2 whole stalks
I
of
do.
celery, and we tried to make a song out of it.
I grated a parsnip.
Created a
And it was
parsnip.
awesome.
Give me your phone.
I don't
Is
know.
that song ready?
I'm not educated.
And where are we going with
What
this?
is a parsnip?
Our first release, it was limited to 5 copies that we gave out at Snug Harbor one night. It was titled "Brother-in-Law Cousin Dad."
It's so fucking bad, you guys.
And-
Wow, it's bad. I'll send you guys a copy via email.
I don't play with these devices. This one, as a matter of fact, is similar but different and brand new, and I still don't know what the hell I'm doing with it. I'm talking about our phones, but I don't have any music on here or anything, so I don't know what to do. So I'm going to leave it here, and I need you to come and hit play on it to let me know
Okay.
when it's going, and tell me about what it is from your phone that I'm going to be playing.
Okay, so this is a song about our neighbor, Joe Sweeney, and it's called I Hate Joe Sweeney. And
I wonder if
Levi
Mark Sweeney's
and
listening. I have a
probably
regular
drank
listener named Mark
2 or
Sweeney,
3
but not
40s.
related.
We were blackout drunk. We were so fucked up.
Okay.
Mickey's Box wine?
What?
Mickey's
box wine. We ain't bullshitting like
Mickey's
that.
box
It was like
wine?
Mickey's
No, they
and
don't.
Ice
It's-
House or something. And we decided to play this song, and our friend Rachel and our neighbor Joe Sweeney were at the house when we made this song. But we made the tempo to where the last line of the song Rachel says, and I found it so perfect that like Levi made it so that it was in sync with her line. So shut the fuck up, Tyler, with your bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, sorry, it was really not violent. There's just so much sausage, I'm getting flustered.
Basically, once she had said her
guinea.
line, she decided that she wanted her voice to be a different pitch than what it was. So because of my blackout drunk state, I changed the pitch of the entire song and slowed it down, almost as if you're like putting your thumb on the tape of a reel-to-reel.
Yeah,
We're all gonna pass
I
out.
understand those.
To make her sound
References.
the way she wanted to sound, which was nothing more than like a 2-second split at the end of the song.
Wow.
And it really made the song, in my eyes,
Years
worth listening to.
Okay, so what do you call the band? What do you call the band?
It was originally known as Crisco Christ, but
What
this
is it now?
song was
It's amazing.
We're called.
Where did you come up with that name?
We were driving down. We were at the corner like Plaza and Eastway, I think, going to the Dollar Tree or the Roses there, or something like that. And we were just
Talking about like copyright infringement, and I was like, Crisco Christ, let him come and attack us sue us for our kid instruments or something like that, some bullshit.
And that was going to be the name of the band, but then, like I said, we tried so many projects together that the other day we were just like, okay, we're just going to call it Pants and Levi, so that way people know what it is. But this will probably be on an album called Crisco Christ.
Levi.
Okay.
All right,
and what is the name of the song?
I hate
Joe Sweeney.
That meant.
Are we there?
I can't. Oh, there it is.
There we are.
Blues Phoebe. Put your tits into a vice. I think it's really nice. I fucking hate Blue Sweetie. My bass is really loud. Well, I think your cat is really brown, and it's in your window when I come home from work. His balls are really dark, too. His balls are really dark, too. Balls.
And that's
They're all cute and fluffy.
and that end was the reason.
Wow.
That was the reason.
Oh, and then there's more.
A while back, everybody remembers that huge snowstorm that we got here in Charlotte.
There were a couple this year, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was only the one that locked us in our apartment.
Yes, there was one that locked us here also.
February.
That was on tour with the Seduction.
You
Oh, yeah, during that
stayed
time.
at our house like the night that we.
I was here and I was playing 70s light rock.
Well,
because
we, of course, just like the
Was
first
that
song,
night?
we got day drunk and decided we were going to cover Johnny on the Spot by Ween.
How are you recording these?
Plugging straight into a MacBook with Logic Express.
okay.
It's nothing major. It's probably
Not
easiest-
GarageBand or anything.
You don't be a badass to use it. You just gotta have a lot of spare time to figure it out. But we get drunk and we get this thing down, and I do the guitar track, and she does the bass track, and we do the vocals over it, and we spout some drums on some trash cans and stuff. Throw a few effects, and then later that evening we were supposed to go over to Snug and watch Hulk play. And
whom I've not
The
heard,
shirt
but
that
they're
Daniel wearing. Hulk.
huge now.
Doob, their guitar player, who was also in Pig Mountain,
Can Doob.
he decides that he's in town a little early to make sure that he can be there in time for the show because the snow's all so he came early, made it early, and then hung out with us. And he walks in the door, and the first thing I asked him was like, "This song needs something. You want to play guitar over it?" And he's like, "Sure." So I hand him like an Ibanez, which he's never touched.
We asked him to play a solo. Instead, he just played over the whole fucking song, and it was awesome.
Doob?
Yeah, Doob's the shit.
Never mind.
Go
on.
But I asked him to play the solo over the song, and he's like, "I've never heard this song." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm just gonna hit record and you play." And anyone who's heard the song will notice that me and Pants were trying to pretty much nail the song, like just the way Ween did it, and then you just kind of got to listen to it. When Doob came in, he changed the whole look of the song, and it might be the coolest thing we've ever recorded.
That's awesome.
In a living room.
In a living room, and okay. And then
My name is Viken, V-I-K-E-N. That's it. That is my whole name.
What's your last name, Viken?
Trash can.
Tashin.
Trash can.
I'm Armenian.
That's all I hear.
Funky Parker. I don't know this person, do I?
He did a tour with us. He was a singer for in DSR for like a year or so.
Yeah, we went on tour. We
went
on tour with him.
Then maybe I saw him.
No, that was.
He was a singer of DSR back in 2011.
Might have.
Was it 2011?
Yeah.
I can't remember what year.
He kind of looked like Predator.
We went across the country in a cargo van we rented.
Huh.
And how many of us was in the cargo van?
9.
It was like
and equipment.
So it was
9.
balls to ass
Out
the
to
whole
out to California and back.
It was bad.
Yeah,
we
That's
pulled
film
out of
and,
Houston, went to Vegas, and we did
make a documentary of.
Yeah, right. We did make a documentary of it.
Right.
It's on YouTube, and it's just mostly slideshows, and it's terrible. But There's a
lot of shit that happened. On
we
that
pulled
tour,
out
man.
we pulled out of Houston, and we drove 29 hours to Vegas
Before the
in the
29
desert
hours before
in a
you got
cargo
out
van.
of Texas, because that's a big
through the
fucking
desert
state.
straight to Vegas from Houston.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was
Finding guns buried in the
We
desert.
found a gun buried at a
Fucking,
rest stop.
Going through. Yeah,
Wow.
everybody's sitting there like, oh, let's grab the gun and take it with us. And I was like, what are you, fucking nuts?
Yeah.
Don't touch that fucking gun.
And then we got pulled, and they ate all the weed, and they got really fucking high for like 2 days.
It was the worst, too, man, because we were like eating all this fucking weed in the car, and then all of a sudden the cop comes up and is like, all right, you guys can go ahead and go. Like, everybody's sitting there like, what the fuck, man?
We stopped out in the desert, and Richie was with us, and I looked up, and I was like, And I was like sober, and when you're out in the desert, there's not a lot of.
That's a Cheech and Chong joke, by the way. You've just eaten the most acid I've ever seen anybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
right. We were out in the desert though, and we looked up, and when you're out in the desert, there's no like towns around or nothing
There's
to
no
like
city lights up in the sky.
So you see like the colors of the Milky Way and all that shit.
Yeah.
And if you're from like the East Coast, that's like a big deal.
It is.
And I was I looked up and I was like, Richie, look at the stars and Richie had ate the weed when we got pulled. So Richie was really fucking high. And Richie he looks up really quick and he goes, stars, oh fuck yeah, dude. And I laughed so hard and we kept saying it the whole rest of the tour. Every time somebody said something we agreed, they'd be like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
Oh fuck yeah.
And like really like anxious and scared, like, oh fuck yeah, dude. And it
was the
That
best.
saying really caught on too.
Because he would even say it like during like fucking bad things. He'd be like, "Oh man, it's raining outside, dude. That sucks. Oh fuck yeah." And it's like, what? Did you really just say "oh fuck yeah" to something that's like horrible?
Wow.
It was a great time. We pulled into Vegas, and then I can't really go into detail about what happened in Vegas, but
because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
The Predator. That's all I got to say is the Predator.
Oh, are you talking about the
No. Johnny,
thing?
No. Come on, a little bit more on that. Come on.
Well, we actually hooked up with a radio station, and we won't say the member that did it.
Yeah. Predator.
Yeah, but it wasn't me, Liz. It wasn't me. Thank God. Thank God it wasn't me.
It was him.
We hooked up with another radio DJ, and they did a big radio interview for us and did a video showing all the shit. And they were like, fucking FM station or something, wasn't they?
Yeah, I don't know what the
fuck it was either. But
station in Vegas.
Following around that woman that had like a mat.
It's in
for
Vegas,
legs,
and it stays
dude.
there.
Like, all those varicose.
She did.
Shit like that.
It was bad. But that comes to our point. There's like a woman in her prime years, we'll say, and she had some varicose veins going on, and one of the members of our band decided that he was going to fuck her. And we're no, it wasn't Adam.
No, it wasn't
Adam.
It wasn't Adam.
Adam
wasn't
ran
Moss,
from it. That's how
wasn't
bad.
Tyler Bryant.
It was.
It wasn't. It was.
Just narrow them down till we figure out who it is.
It was a vocalist. That wasn't Moss.
Wow, dude. Way to narrow it down, dude. That was Tyler Deadmen from All Rise. But so he was in the van, and Adam opens up the door, and Adam looks over, and while she's getting banged, she looks at Adam and goes, "What's your name?" And Adam backs out immediately and shuts the door. And Tyler's going all around the car with the camera.
I showed up. Everybody's like,
through
"Dude, this guy's like having sex with that old woman in the car." So I was like, "Where's my camera?" Freaking showed up and started getting pictures, and
Wait, was that the one he puts on?
Yeah, sure enough, he comes up to me afterwards.
No, that was the one. That was that guy who we don't know. That was another tour he did with another band.
That was like, dude, like that whole night was weird because right after I see that, I walk up and Dan, the bassist of All Rise, is giving that interview to the radio station talking about how he had sex with that transsexual in Houston.
Where he thought it was a girl.
I'm just sitting there, I'm like, dude, cut. We're ruined in this town, man. And he was like, yeah, dude, I thought it was a girl, man. And like, she went down on me and all this stuff happened. And, the other vocalist that's not you of DSR is like coming up to me.
It's not you of DSR. Oh my god, dude. I'm going to hell for this.
Sitting there and it's like sitting there and it's like, Tyler, come in the bathroom with me so I can wash my dick off. And I'm like, man, why am I coming in there? But sure enough, I went in there. He's like, can't tell anybody about this. So here I am.
But that was Vegas.
That was Vegas. And what stays in Vegas has gotten out.
Bus thrower.
Wow.
Oh my god, dude. That was Vegas.
It's the pheromones.
And I was old, so I slept through a lot of Vegas because I was really tired. I'd been in a van for 29 hours through the desert.
Right.
No windows. Right. Balls deep with dudes everywhere around me, touching me places I don't want to talk about. Balls. Dude, when you would sleep, you would sleep like you wouldn't even sleep little spoon, big spoon. You would just sleep like a drawer full of spoons.
No, out of Vegas, man, we couldn't even find places to sleep. You remember that?
Yeah,
it was like
driving through Texas in the middle of the night is a scary thing. It's just dark, and then all of a sudden the horizon just lights up because you get that point to where the city lights hit. Freak me out.
We stopped at a rest stop, and it's the first because I'm from the East Coast.
Yes.
We stopped at a rest stop, and it was a fucking canyon. It's like, well, it's the desert. You know, that's what the state must have said. And you walked out and went to look for the fucking shitter, and the shitter was the fucking canyon. It's like, hey, rest stop, canyon, shit in it. It was like, all right.
It's like, beware of these snakes. And it was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, they had like the rattlesnake warnings, and we're just like pissing and shitting in a canyon, like. And I'm like, it's beautiful because I'm fucking shit hammered. And I'm just like in a van for 29 straight hours.
I knew that tour was going to be bad because the first show that we made it to in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was 5 hours away, and somehow we spent $300 on alcohol just to get to Chattanooga. I was like, dude, we're not going to make it. And
yeah,
somehow
we stayed at a transsexual's house that night.
Woof.
Yeah,
hot dog guy.
The hot dog shim. Yeah.
Back to it being a sausage fest.
Get yourself one. Go get one. Who's got the smokes? You guys. But I remember. You remember Adam Lane? He's like the transsexual looks at us and's like, "You guys are a bunch of perverts." And Adam Lane's like, "This is coming from a 50-year-old transsexual."
Anyway, whatever you were trying to do before we got on this tour, hijinks.
And yet I digress.
I'm pretty sure the whole night was based on trying to get you to tell stories just like this.
Yeah, that's why you invited all these people to. So it's a conspiracy.
It gets worse.
This is a story intervention.
Oh my God, dude, let's talk about the titty bar at Skatopia. This is repeat up.
I've been good lately, though, so you know.
Madison, Wisconsin. No. We're not going to talk about Madison. I'm talking about Dan.
Okay.
Dan.
How many conversations do we have?
Madison got bad. Madison, Wisconsin was bad.
Madison
this is nuts.
Madison got bad.
And fun.
Fucking our bassist fucking like passed out. Like the guys, his pills were missing or something.
Oh, he passed out face down with no pants on.
Passed out in the bathroom with no pants on and shit. And puke was all over the place.
This is Johnny Moss from the Dirty South Revolutionaries, and you're listening to Musical Conversations. Was that beautiful?
That was beautiful. Musical Conversations on Plaza Midwood Community Radio is made possible by the Bluebird Beauty Bar. Polly Hall and Kaya Stowers are committed to meeting the needs and expectations of each client, offering cuts, colors, and chemical waves, and everything from facial waxing to makeup and updos for bridal parties and proms. 408 Beaumont Avenue in Charlotte, BluebirdBeautyBar.com. Do tell them that you are a musical conversationalist.